Or for your mom acquire by says like over commenting. And was subscribe to our channel. Now, a 2 in our MSA, the CV or presented for vetting. And who it may acquire some due to information you are presented on the CV no more MSA NPP MPs for no background check. Or share say information on the share or just say or no a director be a foreign company for 2 years more. Say yampa, but what check in or just say company no product just say a good into ya 2 here no dear. Nay, so was a recheck, no more check in validity. A war why I bet you is a bit me approve. I'm now waiting away the Minister of Finance. No, then Sansa may seem to know was some bay Ubaro check. I are not nay approve. No, that's my could do and I say, yes, I'm with you before because of information or present on the CV. They could munchich mother.
It's a mistake. He should come to this house to come and correct it. This is the House of Record. He is going to be the Minister for Finance. And it is important that some of these things are corrected. Mr. Speaker, on that I yield.
Thank you. Thank you.
The Honorable Dr. Atoba Fosin appeared before the committee. He presented a CV which I went through. Mr. Speaker, when I went through the CV, I saw that the Honorable Finance Minister nominee has stated that he was once a director of a company called Protect Integrated Services Limited in the UK. Mr. Speaker, when I tried to search on the company, I realized that Honorable nominees' dates in which he claimed he was a director showed that he said he was a director from 2003 to 2005. The search at the UK's company registry, which is on the internet, shows that that company was actually set up in February 2005. I also realized that when you go through the company's record, Honorable Minister nominee's name wasn't there as a director, contrary to what he has stated on his CV. And then a search also showed that that company was liquidated sometime in 2009. I mean, this is going to be a Minister of Finance for the country. And I was wondering how somebody who is going to run our country will become a director, is going to run our finance ministry, was once a director of a company which has been folded up. And then the fact that the dates in which he claimed he was a director clearly shows that he wasn't a director at the time. He was a director. The company was actually set up in 2005 when he said that he was a director in 2003 to 2005. So, Mr. Speaker, if it's a mistake, we would like to have the Honorable Minister to come and clarify that.
Hold on. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, the practice in the UK is that when you are going to start a business, initially you don't register it. There are few businesses that start as registered businesses. You start under a concept known as Trading Act. So you trade as a particular name and you do business until the business is well established to a point where you can now go and formally register that name as the business. So he started trading as that name and worked for about 2 years, after which he then went and registered the company. The records are there. You don't understand the concept, you can Google it. Trading as, and you will see it. That is a very common practice that is encouraged in the UK. And so this business was conducted in the UK, and that is how it started. That is why at the point that you are talking about, it wasn't registered, but it actually was an existing business. Go and check, just Google it on your phone. You will see that in the UK, it is a common and accepted practice. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker. Yes, Honorable
clarification.
You may conclude.
Mr.
Mr. Speaker, very respectful point of clarification.
Then I'm not giving you the
Mr. Speaker, that's a clear misinformation to the House, Mr. Speaker, on UK company law and practice.
Mr. Speaker.
Hold on. Let me give the opportunity to the chairman of the committee.
Right, Honorable Speaker, thank you for giving me the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, it is observable from the fact that members get up without catching the eyes of the Speaker, then they will put on the microphone.
So I was saying the company, the registered company that we know, which is the Protect Integrated Services Limited, was registered in 2005. I don't care what my learned colleague on the other side is saying, that you have to operate the company at a particular or for a particular period before it was registered. I think that it is inaccurate. What we are dealing with is a registered company, and that is what he has provided to this House and the people of Ghana, that he was a director of that company, Protect Integrated Services Limited, from 2003 to 2005. If it's a mistake, he should come to this House to come and correct it. This is the House of Record. He is going to be the Minister for Finance, and it is important that some of these things are corrected. Mr. Speaker, on that I yield.
Thank you, honourable member. We will take the last from the majority side, from Honourable Yusuf Suleimana.
Mr. Speaker, I'm very grateful for the opportunity to contribute to the motion that is before us this afternoon. Mr. Speaker, indeed, the three gentlemen that have been nominated and vetted are really assets to this nation. Mr. Speaker, we all know Honourable Uturn. We are aware of his humility, somebody who is very focused, very diligent, and very knowledgeable. And this was demonstrated when he was vetted. His responses were asked. The Speaker, when he was asked on the issue of tax exemptions, he was clear that we should give tax exemptions to companies that really deserves it, and that we should be fair in giving out these tax exemptions. And that, for me, is something that we all have to take into consideration. And this is a person that needs to occupy this very important position so that he will demonstrate fairness and not be biased. Mr. Speaker, let me also touch on my own brother, my younger brother, Honorable John Abdullahi Jinapo, a young man with vision, a young man who has demonstrated competence, a young man very knowledgeable when it comes to energy and finance, a young man who is able to give us assurance that Dumso will be a thing of the past. We have just inherited Dumso, something that the John Mahama administration had worked to resolve.